guys, so I know it's been forever since I've made a video and I'm not even going to try to give you a list of excuses why. I'm just going to jump right into this video now. So I know it's been forever since you've seen me, so hello, I've missed you guys all so much and I'm back on YouTube. I want to start getting into making more videos, at least once a week. I honestly don't know how many videos I have made where I have literally said something along those very lines, but maybe I will be serious this time. So as many of you guys may know from some of my other videos, I have a son and he is actually currently 15 months old. And from some of my reading and some of the mommy groups that I'm part of, and also talking to other moms who have kids Andrew's age, I have realized now that we are in what is called the picky eating stage. And this is, I guess, a stage of development in kids where I read this on, I think, Baby Center or something like that. They have, starting at like 14, 15 months, even sometimes a year old, all the way up through forever, I don't know. Kids develop this thing called neophobia. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, it's the fear of new foods, and it's just this uneasiness around foods and textures and different flavors and stuff like that, which, I mean, I can totally get. He's only been on this earth for 15 months, you know, at 6 months we started introducing food, but he really didn't start eating foods until like a year old. So up until that point, a majority of his day was full of breast milk. And I know that the flavor can alter a little bit, but breast milk is more or less the same flavor all across the board. So I understand his uneasiness with different flavors and different foods, and I try to keep that in my mind when I make a full meal and then give it to him on his high chair and he doesn't even want a single bite of it. And then I give him some Cheerios or I give him something else and he's just all over it, and can be a little bit frustrating, but you know, I try to understand it and I try to see things from his point of view, because it is a whole bunch of new foods, it's a whole bunch of new flavors, and he's still trying to distinguish what he likes. At the same time, now that Andrew is 15 months old, he is not nursing nearly as often as he was even just 3 months ago when he turned a year old. He is now nursing 2 to 3 times per day, depending. Sometimes he'll want to nurse when he first wakes up in the morning, but sometimes I'll already be up, and so I'll just give him breakfast or something like that. But he's always nursing at nap time and to go to bed at night, and I think that's more just a comfort thing, helping him go to sleep, which I have no problem with. Speaking of him, he wanted to join me here. Anyway, so we're not nursing nearly as often, and so that's definitely something that is always in my mind, because I want to make sure that he's getting the nutrients that he needs. I want to make sure that he's getting a balanced diet throughout the day, and I want to make sure that he's, you know, getting exposed to all sorts of different flavors and textures and things like that. More than that, I just want to make sure that he's eating healthy. And so there was a time period at the beginning of when he first started eating when he really wasn't eating at all. He was mostly just picking at his food, things like that. And so I started introducing juices, and now I have found that juices are the #1 way that Andrew gets his fruits and vegetables for the day. He usually drinks about 2 juices per day. I'll make 1 in the morning and then 1 in the afternoon, and they always have vegetables in them. They always have greens in them. And sorry, he's messing with my tripod, so if this is a little bit shaky, that's why. But anyways, I was just going to show you guys how I make Andrew's morning juice. This is the juice that he drinks literally almost every single morning. He drinks this juice. He loves it so much. And yeah, here we go. So like I was saying, Andrew literally gets a vast majority of his fruits and vegetables through juice. He will eat some fruits and vegetables during the day. So he was eating a lot of oranges, and then he started cutting 4 molars, and now it's like he doesn't want any kind of fruit at all. I can boil things like peas. He's never even had peas before. I can boil things like carrots, and I made green beans yesterday and he liked those. But his eating of whole fruits and vegetables is pretty sporadic. He doesn't really do it that often, and I don't really know why, because I think he likes the flavor, but I could be wrong. Anyway, let me show you his juice. So this is our juicer, and this is by Hamilton Beach. This juicer we got 2 years ago. It's really not as expensive juicer, I'm pretty sure. We got this juicer 2 years ago when we first started the paleo diet, and it has been amazing for us. You know, it meets our family's needs, and I make juice for Andrew almost every single morning when he goes to work. So it really meets our family's needs, and I don't see any reason why we should upgrade or anything like that. I love this juicer so much. So what I have here is full apple cut into halves, and then I have this little Magic Bullet, I think is what it's from, full of spinach and kale. And the cool thing about the kale in this, and some of the spinach in this, is that this was actually grown at home here in our indoor garden, and I actually talked about that a little bit in some of my older videos, our indoor hydroponic garden, which I will show you guys that in another video. I need to just get back there, but I went back there and I pruned the kale, which was growing completely out of control, and I pruned the cilantro, which we also have growing back there, which is completely out of control. You would think cilantro was a weed. And I actually cut down our spinach plant because it was just a little too crazy, so I'm gonna probably plant another spinach plant. The cool thing about growing indoors is that you can plant and grow literally all year round. You're not reliant on the sun or anything like that, the weather. Anyway, I'm just gonna show you guys how we make our juice. Now, when I turn this on, he's gonna come running. He always does. So this fills his cup up about halfway, and then I will just fill it up the rest of the way with just some regular water, because like I said, this is what he really likes to drink during the day. He's not a huge fan of water. I think he probably takes after me in that aspect because I don't like water either. This is something that I've been using since he was about 6 or 7 months old. This is a infant's probiotic. And the reason that I started using this actually was because he was having an eczema flare-up. He, you know, popped out of nowhere. Got a little splotch of eczema on his arm right here, and it just started getting bigger, and it was just so itchy for him. And I read that probiotics can really help because eczema a lot of times is linked to gut problems. So he gets a probiotic every day. I give him his probiotic. I don't give it to him in both of his juices. I'll usually just give it to him in his morning juice. As you can see here, his little nipple thing on his sippy cup is stained green because of all the green juices that this kid drinks. He actually eats healthier than me, I think, in regards to his daily intake of fruits and veggies. I'm just not as good. And there we go. So you have to think, in this little cup right here, Andrew will drink this in the morning, from morning time until nap time. He'll be sipping on this. And you have to think that this is 1 apple and 1 cup of spinach and kale that he literally would not be getting otherwise, because he definitely would not eat it. One thing I always make sure to do, like immediately after juicing, is to at least rinse these parts. I'll usually just wash them because I'm already dealing with it, but please make sure you do that, because dry pulp is literally like the hardest thing to get off plastic. It's like impossible. Do you want your juice? Hey, he's so fascinated with the tripod. Do you want your juice? Whoops. Yeah. Of course, he's more interested in the camera and the camera strap than his juice. Hey! Hey! Hey, hey! Are you gonna say hey for the camera? Whoops, don't touch. Yeah, it looks yummy to me. You gotta tilt it up, look. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to show you guys the babies that I have growing outside here. This is my squash plant, little seedling. And this is a little cucumber. This is my aloe vera baby. And then this is my parsley, which has come back from the dead. We actually had a really bad drought here, and bad me, I forgot my parsley and it died, and it was all sad and brown. And then all of a sudden I saw a little seedling, and so I started trying to take care of it, and then now here it is. Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys kind of a crazy story about juicing, and if you want to get into juicing, just something to watch out for. So as we started getting more and more into juicing and trying different flavors in juices and trying to add different flavors into our juices, like say adding coconut milk or something to give it a little bit more of a tropical flavor into a pineapple juice or something like that, we have started, well, I'm not gonna say started, but we have tried adding beets. So I actually one day at the grocery store decided, why not give beets a try? Again, don't mind the shaking of the camera. He's messing with the tripod, and it's just easier to just let him explore the tripod as long as he doesn't knock the camera down. Anyway, back to the story. So I picked up, whoa, okay, no. A few hours later, fast forwarding in time, I had to go to the bathroom. So this might be a little TMI because it is bathroom talk, but you know what? I have talked about a lot of stuff that is technically TMI on my channel, and I just have no discretion, I guess. Anyway, continuing on, I had to go to the bathroom, so I went to the bathroom, did my business number uno, and everything was good. I turned around to flush the toilet, and it was red inside. I mean, it was startlingly red inside the toilet. My immediate thought was that my period had returned. Lucky for me, I am 15 months postpartum, and I still have not had my period return, which I'm not complaining at all. I'm actually really lucky. Anyway, continuing on, I thought my period had returned, so I, was figuring out what I should do to take care of it. Trying to give you guys this story without giving you a little too much TMI. So I realized that when I wiped, there was no blood. So I immediately, my alarm systems inside my body were like, woo, something's wrong, like something is not right in this situation. So I was a little confused, and just was thinking about it, and then not too much longer later I had to go pee again. So I went to the bathroom, and again it was red, and that's when I realized for sure that I was actually peeing this reddish color. What I at first jumped to the conclusion of was blood. And I started freaking out. I was like, oh God, I must have a UTI, maybe I have a kidney infection, what's going on? Do I have like cancer? Am I dying? And long story short, come to find out, beets can turn your urine pink or red depending on how much you have. After a little bit of reading into this, I have actually realized, well, not realized because I don't know how true this is. So you guys, anybody who is knowledgeable on beeturia, I think is what it's called, comment below and clear this up for me. But what I have read in a lot of the natural sort of groups that I'm a part of is that if beets turn your urine red or pink, or if they discolor your urine at all, then that is a sign of actually having low stomach acid, and thereby an unhealthy gut, a leaky gut most often. And it's like a beet test, I guess. And they say that if you eat 2 beets or more within like an hour or something, and then if you go to the bathroom and your urine isn't affected, then you have a healthier gut than somebody whose urine turns red. I don't know how true that is, because I you know, I don't know how true that is, and I'm concerned because I do take probiotics. I do try and keep my gut as healthy as possible, but I do need to add more fermented foods into my diet. I do need to stop eating some things that I am eating, and so I'm wondering if maybe, you know, it is a sign of something a little bit more. Anybody who knows anything about that, feel free to comment below, because I would love to know more about that, because I actually have given Andrew, baby Andrew, beets before in a juice, and his urine was not red at all, like not pink, not red, and it was a full beet in his juice. And I know that, you know, I mean, one beet to, he's 24, 25 pounds, and I am 100 pounds more than him, and so 3 beets or whatever. Anyway, I don't know, but I did think that was a little peculiar how it did turn my urine, it did discolor my urine, and it didn't affect his at all. Another thing that I have heard about beets, or read about beets, is that beets are a great way to test and see how fast your body is able to move food through your intestines and move food through your digestive system, because beets will discolor your feces as well, and that's just a normal thing, because obviously you're eating these beets and then they go into your digestion and come out, you know, discolored. So I have actually read, and I kind of want to attempt this test, read that you should eat beets and then see how long it takes for your stools to be affected. And I actually haven't done this one, and I really, the last time I had beets, I have no idea how long it took, because I was so freaked out about the pee. But what you want to aim for is 12 to 24 hours. 12 hours is like the ideal. If you can get beets in through your mouth and then out through your poop within 12 hours, you are like pristine, like clean colon, squeaky clean intestines. So I kind of want to try, get some more beets and try that test. So I think beets are a really, really fun thing to sort of add into juicing. And like I said, we got our juicer 2 years ago when we started the paleo diet, and we just didn't utilize it as much as we should have. I just didn't realize how amazing juicing really, really is. So yeah, it was really through baby Andrew that I started coming to the realization that juicing is delicious, and juicing is an amazing way to get a bunch of nutrients into your body at one time, especially in the mornings, because Big Andrew doesn't like eating breakfast at all. He hates it, but he will drink juice if I make him a big thing of juice. So anyways, guys, this video is getting a little long, so I will end that there. Tell me some of your favorite ways to get fruits and vegetables into the bodies of your little kids, because it is very, very difficult to get them to eat things that they don't want to eat. So a lot of times our food will end up on the floor, or Andrew is a master at pretending, and he'll put it in his mouth and then he'll chew it up like he's gonna eat it, and then all of a sudden he'll just make this face and just spit it all out, and it's so disgusting. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time in my next video. I'm so excited to be back on this YouTube thing, and so excited to be back interacting with you guys. So be on the lookout for comments and likes, and I am just so ready to be back on YouTube and to be more involved with all of the friends that I've made on here during my pregnancy. I've just kind of abandoned you guys, and we can't wait till our next video. Bye!